This is Autopilot.
He made $1 million his first year in the trash business and he got off the truck.
He really does want to make the junk removal industry and service-based industries in general better.
And Autopilot, and it's a great man behind it who wants to see you succeed.
All right. Okay, so real quick before we get started, who is using Autopilot right now? Everybody not raising their hands, please leave the building. Just kidding, I'm just kidding. Guys, I've got a lot to talk about Autopilot. This is kind of a sales pitch, but I promise it's not going to be that hard of a sales pitch because Autopilot is awesome. But before we dive into Autopilot, we talk about software and CRMs. Let's talk about my story. So, oops, I meant to take these out. Sorry, my bad. Those stubby photos. Okay, so who follows me on YouTube? Damn, that's badass. Okay, cool. I've always wanted to do that, like Gary Vaynerchuk. He's like, who follows me on YouTube? And like the whole crowd raises their hand. Anyways, guys, I figured before we dive into software and before we dive into Autopilot and I tell you all the benefits of why you should use my software over Jobber. No, I'm just kidding, But before we dive into that, I feel like we should start from the very beginning, when I was 5 years old. So we're going to go all the way back to my entrepreneurial journey, starting at 5. We're going to work it all the way up to when I was now 38. Okay? Totally kidding, guys. We're not going to do that. So that was me trying to be funny. So I'm going to go over my story really quick, and then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes. I started picking up junk in 2021 with my lovely wife here. She was on the truck with me, hazmat suits, picking up dog shit, everything. Human feces, homeless encampments. She was there from the beginning. We all know how crazy that shit is. So by 2022, I had 2 locations, an hour and a half apart. 2 physical locations, running 7 days a week, cracked $1 million my first year, which is literally insane. $1,059,000 to be exact. And so why listen to me? Why should you guys use Autopilot, especially for people who aren't using Jobber or something? Why should you guys switch to me? Why should you listen to me? I pride myself on being one of the only YouTubers in this new age of gurus. If anybody follows me on YouTube, you can go back 4 years ago and see that I've logged into my Google Ads account and showed that I spent $236,000. I logged into my Clover account, showed that I made these first 3 months, this would be over $1 million. This year I did over $1 million too. The second year doesn't include a $115,000 job, a $30,000 job. In the YouTube world, you get a lot of haters like, Andrew, prove it. So I logged into accounts. I showed my bank account, $169,000 in deposit. Here's the fucking transactions. Here's the Clover map. Here's the Clover. If anybody who uses Clover, you know these transactions match up with my bank statements. So I say all this to say this. I played the game, I know the game, and I pride myself on being one of the only YouTubers who claims, because a lot of people are like, did you really do 7 figures? I wanted to prove that I did, because it's YouTube, right? Anybody can say anything. I sold my company for $225,000 right here. You can see the DocuSign right up there. And a lot of people ask, like, Andrew, why would you sell your company if you're doing 7 figures a year for $225,000? I sold it 2 years and 4 months. It's under a 3-year company, so you can only get 1x EBITDA. And I wanted to do Autopilot as well, but that's pretty much what your company is valued at as a multiple of your EBITDA. And at that time, I was doing 225 with me completely off the truck. That is my story in a nutshell. Just wanted to show that. But before we dive into Autopilot, who here knows the difference between a CRM and an FSM? Wow, really? Only 2 people? Seriously, raise your hand. So there's actually a drastic difference between CRM and FSMs. Everybody calls them CRMs, but let me tell you, they are not CRMs. They have a sprinkle of CRM features, but if Jobber or HouseCall Pro or Autopilot or Workies advertised as a CRM, and they were expecting something like Salesforce, HubSpot, they would be very pissed and be like, wait, why is there invoicing and estimates and scheduling and dispatching and employees and online booking? Where's all my pipeline tools? Where's all my weird follow-up stuff? So they're completely different. It's just FSMs have some CRM capabilities. A CRM is exactly that, a customer relationship management tool. This is what realtors or anybody use to track their customers, remind them to follow up and do crazy sequences and just put them through pipelines and all this boring stuff. But it's necessary when you're in sales. We're in sales, but mostly field service management. Field service management tracks your job history, your job data, invoicing, estimate, online booking, all kinds of stuff related to actual on-the-job stuff. Tracking your employees, time clock, all that. That's field service management. It's just all these field service management tools have a sprinkle of CRM. You guys get that now? There's a huge difference between CRM and FSM. It's just I can't correct everybody in the Facebook group. So they're like, what CRM do you use? It's like, I want to be like, it's an FSM, but then I'll look like an ass. But really, guys, you're using an FSM. A lot of people will connect their FSM, use Zapier to connect to, is it Zapier or Zapier? Zapier makes more sense, Zap. So they'll connect it to like Go High Level. We're all familiar with Go High Level, right? That's like the leading CRM right now. It's great. Let's talk about Autopilot. I've been working on this for a long time, guys. So me and my business partner, by the way, back there, Ryan, he's my business partner. He's kind of the lead engineer. So, one more slide before we jump into Autopilot. Why you should use an FSM? Oh my God, I can talk about this for 18 years. But number one, you can increase the value of your business. We're going to jump into that in the next slide. But it keeps you organized, guys. Staying organized is just important for ADD people, especially like me. Save your data, your KPIs. What's that saying? What gets measured gets managed. So if you don't see your booking rate, your close rate, your average job size, your sales, your revenue per hour, if you don't see these metrics, how can you possibly fix your business and make it better if you don't see how you're doing in the past? Data is so important. And also, who loves data? Companies. Companies buy data. So if you have data, you naturally increase the value of your business. Logging your job data is the first thing you should do, guys. You're going to regret it if you don't do it. You're going to be like 3 years. Andrew, I hear this all the time. Andrew, I haven't used a CRM for 3 to 5 years. I'm like, oh my goodness. You could have 3 to 5 years of data and customers and contacts in your database, just that alone. And then, of course, avoiding chargebacks. If you have your communication history with your customers, before and after photos, the job stamps, the job that you created, the job that you closed out, you can send all this to the credit card company. I've never had a chargeback, by the way. 2 years and 4 months, not one chargeback. Pat on the back. But we all know it happens. Who's had a chargeback? And it was the customer's fault, right? You're using Autopilot, increased reviews, automatic reviews, payment integration, online booking, remarketing, which is kind of like a CRM feature. You can create sequences, you can do all kinds of, do you guys get the benefit of an FSM? Okay, because I can dive deep for 1 hour on each topic if you want. Okay, I'm just kidding. So, and you look professional, invoices, estimates, all this stuff, scheduling, dispatching, automated text messages. And if you just want to be the guy in the truck, that's fine. But if you want to be the guy in the truck that looks cool, use Autopilot. So, I wanted to dive into increase the value of your business. I want to stress the importance of this. Who knows this guy on the screen right here? Ricardo Junk, guys. Now, I'm not here to talk shit because I'm friends with him. But he prides himself, 18 years in business, no CRM. Let's just play a game real quick. If you're a buyer of this company, and we're going to use an arbitrary number, do you want to buy 18 years of business with all of his contacts, 50,000 contacts, and all the job history data? Or do you want to buy his business where you don't have any of that? Obviously that one. So if he could sell his business for $1 million, without the data, he would only be able to sell for $750,000. Now, this is an arbitrary number. I'm giving you an example. I don't know the actual percentage of the loss of value in business, but what I'm saying is there's an invisible loss of value in your company if you don't use a CRM from day one. Sorry? FSM. Not a CRM, an FSM. So if you don't use an FSM from day one, you are destroying the value of your company. Period, point blank, the end. Now, Java is expensive. HouseCall Pro Worky is like, it's expensive. $150 a month, $200 a month, $225 a month. If you're just starting, that's unreasonable to expect a new person. Like if you're just starting a junk removal company, that's kind of unreasonable to expect somebody to pay $225 a month. But with Autopilot, it's $50 a month. So it's not unreasonable. Because I promise you, 2 years later, you're going to be regretting, oh my gosh. Because I got people like, Andrew, I got the phone number saved in my phone, I got the notes, I got it in my Google Calendar. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how to help you. Get a VA. But yeah, so there is a loss in value of your company. So now we can finally talk about Autopilot, what we're very proud of, which Ryan has been working his ass off on. So things that we're proud of. in our software. We have a lot of things, but we're just going to cover what I think is better than Jobber. Okay, so we all have mobile apps. Mobile apps are a pain in the freaking ass to make, right? They're 10 times harder to make than websites. I honestly, truly, objectively, unbiasedly believe that our mobile app is better. Objectively, unbiasedly. So we're going to talk why. I do think we have more features currently than Jobber. I like calling out Jobber, guys. I'm sorry. It's, you know. So analytics. This is a big one. Something that frustrated me with apps is you have to run reports to see your analytics. We have it on our dashboard. Eventually, you can see your sales, your jobs, your average job size. Repeat customers are baked into the platform, so you don't need to track your repeat customers. So if Bob uses you 100 times in 1 year, you'll see your repeat customers. You don't have to run a report. You'll see jobs by lead source, jobs by type. It's all right there on the dashboard, and you can say today, this week, yesterday, this year, literally without running a report. I think that's awesome because I like numbers and data. Can you do this with all the other platforms? Yeah, but it's not like right in your face like this. And we plan on adding booking rate, close rate, CAC, LTV, so many other things that I'm working with Xavier somewhere, right there, bada boom, the Google Ads genius. So this is only going to get better. You can connect your Google Ads, you can see how much you're doing on Google Ads. Analytics, I'm very proud of it, and it's only going to get better. Now, this one's a silly one. What does this look like, guys? This looks like a calendar week view, right? I dare you to open up Jobber, Workies, HouseCall Pro right now. You cannot look at your schedule for the week, which is insane to me because I live and die by the calendar when doing jobs on the field. There's no week view. We are the only platform that has week view. So it's something I'm proud of. We have that they don't have. Another thing that I love that we have is map view. You can see your truck routes and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, your jobs, so your route for the cruise. Jobber doesn't have that. We do. Now, guys, I keep poking fun at Jobber. It's fun. So obviously, we don't have everything they have yet. We'll get to that in a minute. But these are things that I'm really proud of that we're going to keep making better and better and better and better. Built-in phone. Okay, this is a big one. Built-in phone is technically a standalone software itself. Grasshopper, RingCentral, Google Voice. Is there any other ones out there? Open phone. So a lot of platforms are now, like Workies is building these in. They're all building in built-in phone systems and call tracking and call recording, but it is a pain in the ass building a phone system. I don't think they have yet. That I haven't checked in the last few months, so correct me if I'm wrong, but if your existing customer calls you, we show customer notes. We show the upcoming job, we show their address, street view, we show the most recent job. You literally can say, see, was rude or whatever, and you literally, as they're calling, you see everything about your customer. So you can be like, oh, of course I remember Stacy on Millennium Drive, and you'd be like, how did you know that? Like, because I love my customers, and I remember everything about them. Your husband is nice. So I'm really proud of this feature. Our phone system's only going to get better and better. This is great for repeat customers because when they call you see exactly who's calling. Jobber doesn't have that. Oh, why, Andrew, did you leave junk removal to build an FSM and do all of this and sit in front of a computer and get this six-pack that I have if you were doing 7 figures a year? Because one day, I was in the steam room. This is actually me in the steam room. And I take my phone in the steam room. Who runs Google Ads? Who runs Google Ads and still is on the phone themselves? Would you take your phone in the steam room when your Google Ads are on? Because our phones are waterproof? Yeah, you don't miss a Google phone call, right, Xavier? Because that's $55 per phone call. And if you're a good closer, you'll close in 2 phone calls. So every successful lead for you to show up in front of their house costs you $110. So I took my phone in the steam room, and I had Workies at the time. I was 1 year and some amount of months into my business, junk mobile business, and I was going to go back to my travel app, Gypsy. I was building a travel app to help friends travel around the world with the click of a button, really cool stuff. And then I looked at Workies and I was like, oh my God, Jobber and Workies, I'm poking fun at them. They're incredible systems. They're extremely complicated. They're very hard to build. It's a giant platform. It's just that I was like, this can be done better. And I looked it up, and it was $1 billion industry. I was like, okay, I can make a lot of money in this. And I love software, and I now have a personal connection to it because I was on the truck constantly frustrated. So I decided to change my trajectory and build software, sell the company for $225,000, put the money into building software, and hopefully make all of the investors here some money, and me some money, so I can, I don't know, get a yacht and hang out with Jeff Bezos. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, what bothered me about these FSMs, okay? So there's 5 major things. Onboarding, user experience, price, customer service, and data. You can argue onboarding falls into user experience. User experience is the general flow of an app. How, when you click a button, what happens, what does it do? UI, user interface, is how pretty it looks. So the onboarding experience, think like when you get a new Apple phone, it kind of like guides you through the process and the setup. And then user experience is just the general flow of what happens. Now, I'm not by any stretch of the imagination saying we have hit all 5 of these things. Ryan and I have a lot of freaking work to do. But I will say I have delivered on one. That's price. We will get all 5 of these figured out. We will crush this. I promise you by the end of next year, just watch. Actions speak louder than words. So, here's who we're up against. Jobber has raised $184 million. And they are buying out all the influencers under me. All of them. Every single one. So I need your guys' help today. That doesn't mean how much they're worth. They're worth billions. Okay? Billions. HouseCall Pro raised $175 million. All these companies have been around longer than 11 years. It's all corporate giants backed by VC firms. All of them. And they overcharge you. Workies raised $60 million. Ryan and I are just 2 dudes. Oh, by the way, so if anyone has $60 to $184 million, please hit me up on break. Please. Me and Ryan will be back there. Me and my business partner, Ryan, we're just 2 dudes in the closet, okay? So we have a long road to go. I think we'll get there with your guys' support. Starting with the show community. Now, I do have a question, though. Please, by show of hands, who is actually investing in Autopilot? Raise your hands. Wow. Okay, wow. That's like 15 people? Okay, awesome. Who's a customer of Autopilot? Oh, shit. Okay. Awesome. That's like if you add the 2 together and you do the math equation where you're subtracting the minus, we're like 40 people. Thank you. Seriously, thank you all. It's because of you that Ryan and I were able to do this. Because of you, we raised $263,000. We would not be able to compete against the $184 million company that raised $184 million. Where's John? Where's John? This man right here. Give this guy a round of applause. So, Ryan and I were like talking to VC firms, debating on talking to VC firms. And this guy's like, hey, how much money do you need? I was like, $300,000. He's like, okay. No, but seriously, all jokes aside, John invested $300K. He's another reason why we are here today and survived this. I mean, software's not easy, guys. So thank you, John, so much. Thank you for having that much trust in me. I think you bet on the right person. No, you did bet on the right person. So, I whooped his ass in pool, by the way. And here, will you put the volume up on the MacBook, the top right? There's a little speaker button. Here's a little fun little something.
At Autopilot, we like to do the opposite of what big tech does. They charge you a lot, we charge you a little. They bribe influencers, we don't. So naturally, when they announced they'd be raising their prices due to inflation, we decided to deflate our prices due to not hating you. So if this is one of their ads, they'd end it here with a happy influencer. So we'll end ours with the cranky toddler.
So, since they've got millions of dollars to grab all the influencers, all I can do is poke fun and hope, it works out. So remember, using Jobber or anyone else is like your customers choosing 1-800-GOT-JUMP. I know software's a little bit different. It's a little more complicated. I get it. Some people are integrating the systems that you've had for 7 years, and switching would be very hard. Come talk to me back here later, and I'll help you switch. I get it, but still, support small businesses, guys, okay? Don't support the venture-backed company backed by BlackRock trying to overcharge you and take your money. And help us take down the corporate giants. Yep. One last thing. Is anybody taking my course, the 20-hour course? Jeremy, how is it? Amazing. So I'm giving away everything that I have. Today I am now giving away everything that I have for free. 20-hour course, 5-hour Google Ads course, how to scale to $1 million, how to hire VAs. I'm giving away website templates. I'm giving away everything. It's everything and everything. There's like 18 million modules, a clone of Jedi Jungle Mobile's website, and 6 other badass websites with 50 pages. I'm giving away everything for free if you sign up for Autopilot. And you get a t-shirt. So, guys, pamphlets in under you. Please go through that. Look at Autopilot. There's survey cards in the back. We're trying to figure out what features to build next. There's also a small little mini giveaway. If you fill those out, we're trying to figure out what features to build next. And there is a raffle on the survey cards. I think there's 6 giveaways for those. Dump trailer. I think that's the end of my presentation. Is there anything else? That's it. Was that okay? Did I do okay? Thank you so much, guys. Please, if you guys want to come learn more about Autopilot, and like I said, if I don't convert you today, don't come back to the mountains. I'm kidding.
This product, I know I can truly turn into a billion-dollar company. The benefits outweigh the cost. And make sure that we have the best software in the world. My software, Autopilot, is finally here. I truly believe we are going to be the best platform. This will be the software of choice in the home service industry.